Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is SK Crypto K, and today let's talk about the upcoming Animal Farm, which is the culmination of all of the pre-sales you've had since P-Rev into your Rev token of Layer 1, the Manor Farm, into Layer 2, the Animal Farm. There are different strategies that we can review to set you up nicely, and also why folks should pay attention to this even if you missed out on Layer 1 and the Revolution token. This is still just a brand new launch for you to get in on with the dog and pig tokens and this ecosystem that is going to be tied to Drip as time goes on.
Yes, I love animals. I cannot wait to talk about dogs and pigs with you.
Good, so sit back, relax, and let's get into it. Yo, appreciate your time and just know that I'm SK Crypto K, and today you should join my crypto club. Maybe by the end earn some dividends, so in advance I'ma thank you right now for that sub. Hey! Yo, let's go.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Let me preface everything by saying that
I am not a financial advisor. Please take everything with a grain of salt, as these are for informational and entertainment purposes only.
So folks, it is upon us, the Layer 2, the Animal Farm, the culmination of everything you've been waiting for. Drip has had a crazy run right alongside the hype of this, which you can see with the overall chart here. It is insane. It even had a recent all-time high around $180 per drip, despite the bearish conditions and sideways trading happening on the overall market. And even though it's going down right now in price, I'm not worried whatsoever. I think a lot of people are just cashing out to get their money ready for buying into the Animal Farm. But overall, this is on an upward trajectory, and I don't think there's anything that's going to be stopping Drip anytime soon. And if you just continue compounding and adding fresh capital to the system, we will see Drip at $1,000 no problem this year of 2022. There are several reasons why the Drip price is going to continue going up, and if you haven't already, be sure to follow their Twitter to keep up with all the updates. But one of the key things is this latest Sword and Shield protocol, which is in place to greatly reduce the negative price impact caused by the overall market drawdowns. And what this does, it allows Drip to decouple itself from the market when it's crashing and still experience benefits when the market is pumping. And looking at the graphic right here, you can see the last major run up we had was back in July, just before the overall market bounced back, and we saw the Drip price continue to go down. However, since December of 2021, Drip price has continued to go up despite the market going down. And this is what you can count on for it continuing to go up into the future. In addition to this, there is just so much marketing and buzz going about with Drip that early in the life cycle, it was only about 700 users in the Drip platform, whereas today you have at least 50,000 people participating in the faucet contract, which is just insane.
And it's not stopping anytime soon.
And so I'm excited to see what this Drip roadmap of 2022 looks like, which will be released after the Animal Farm.
All right, SK, get to the good stuff. I want to talk about animals.
Jeez, all right, chill.
So for the folks that contributed into Layer 1 and got as much Rev as they could, congratulations, you are now getting a 20% bump on that completed Rev price into your dog and pig tokens. And on the day of launch, which will be Thursday, February 3rd, you will have an opportunity to take your PL2 token, which is what you traded your Rev for, and you will get an equal amount of dogs and pigs. For example, if you had 100 PL2 pre-sale tokens, you will get 50% of that value in dogs and 50% of that value in pigs. And all of that liquidity that was generated for the Revolution token is not just going to translate into the starting liquidity of dogs and pigs. It's actually going to be used to pay the rewards out of the Animal Farm. I think with about 60% of it going straight into the pig pen reward emission pool, and the rest of it set aside for strategic buybacks into the dog and pig liquidity after launch. So no matter how you see it, the dog and pig tokens will appreciate in price. And for all the newcomers who are buying in on launch day, you will also see valuable gains to your investment as these two new tokens launch at a low market cap. And before we get into this, the only liquidity that both tokens for Dog and Pig are starting at is about $600,000 per each. They did a BUSD liquidity raise for whitelisted folks and raised $1.3 million, which essentially will get split in half. And that is what the starting liquidity for both tokens will be, not the millions of dollars raised with Rev. So do not get the two things confused.
So all right, as far as the animal farm goes,
this is the first deflationary and fully decentralized ownership, yield farm, and lending protocol. This is going to be key because this isn't just your average old farm.
there are innovations upon innovations that are happening in the background
to make this the one that you want to pay attention to. And the Pig token is what you want to strive to get as much as you can of, because it's the governance token that dictates how much BUSD yield you're going to be getting. So this protocol is where participants earn as an owner of the network by holding the pigs. In real life, the super wealthy do not build and protect their wealth through selling their assets. They accumulate and then leverage their assets while living off of the dividends. The Animal Farm captures this financial power and puts it into the hands of the platform's participants. So essentially, you want to get as much pig as you can because it is the governance token that you can leverage and collateralize your assets through to collect a high yield BUSD dividend without ever selling your actual asset. Deposit fees that go into the farms and pools, as well as the taxes on the tokens themselves, go to pig stakers as BUSD rewards. There's a dynamic emission rate protocol that adjusts the emission rate to make sure your investment is going up in all market cycles, and so much more you can read about. But one of the other innovations is this.
Collateral staked on the platform is rehypothecated to PancakeSwap's lending protocol to earn additional yield,
which goes towards buying dogs and pigs directly from the market and sending them to a burn address, which essentially means there's so much money in the background that they can take a portion of it and use it to flip more money on itself, which then goes into buybacks on the dog and pig token, and then those get burned. So not only do you have all of these algorithmic protocols adjusting the emission rate, but you've got tokens that are getting burned at the same time. So how's that as far as taking a deflationary mechanism that we've seen in Drip and applying it to a yield farm as well? So these tokens are going to do nothing but go up over time.
And just to focus a little bit on the dynamic emission rates before we continue,
this is key because this is also why so many other farms fail. So this protocol called DDSCA, which stands for Dynamic Decentralized Supply Control Algorithm, essentially tracks all of the all-time highs and all-time lows and uses them as reference points to help determine the demand for the dog and pigs. So based on those reference points, the emission rates are adjusted by 25% up or down to keep up with everything. So just to give you an idea of what it looks like, if this yellow chart is what the actual token is doing, going up, and it's got some healthy dips and pumps, well, this above chart is going to follow along exactly. So up here at the very beginning, everything's running up. Your emissions are full blast at 100%, but it'll adjust down to 25% and go up along with the chart in increments of 25. So down here, you're at 50%, down here, you're at 25%, and it just follows along and it keeps pace with the demand of the token. So as long as everything is going up, all the emissions are on full blast and you're getting 100% of the rate. However, as everything pulls back, it curbs the emission rate. So then the supply is under control and you don't get depreciation in your price from the emission rewards being sold off.
Sweet. That sounds like some pretty cool innovations, SK. Thank you.
you're welcome. So as far as some of the strategies and what you want to do with your Rev token on the day of launch,
I'm gonna come over here to a document shared to me by my good friend
Foley Baker, shout out,
who gave this wonderful graphic created by another valued member of the Drip community, Knight Coda. Fantastic job. Thank you for this.
But you'll see they did a really good job putting together a position chart
and how everything in this new system is going to be circular. So as we reviewed, you already know that the main focus is to get as strong of a position as pigs as you can, and you want to keep growing your pig position over time. So for the folks that have their Rev token and turned it into dogs and pigs, including people that buy in at launch, you want to take your pigs straight into the pig pen, and I'll show the site in a minute. All the pigs that go into the pig pen is going to be your yield generator of BUSD, which the easiest thing you can do with that BUSD is to put it into the Drip Liberation contract, which pairs it automatically with Drip that you can also stake into the farm and get more pigs. And that completes this circle right here. Now, for the BUSD, going into the Liberation contract, remember, if you put in 1,000 BUSD, it is literally taking half of that and buying up Drip at the current price without taxes, and then piecing them together into an LP token that you can then stake on the farm. And if you don't want to go that route with 100% of your BUSD rewards, and you have some dogs lying around, okay, your dog token, you can then go to PancakeSwap, pair that BUSD with your dog token, and put that into the farm to also get pigs. In addition to pairing your dogs for the farm, there is a single staking dog pool that if you put your dogs into it, you will purely just get pigs as well. However, if the manor farm is any indication, you will get a lesser reward amount of pigs by doing that, as opposed to helping the system in a stronger form by pairing it with BUSD to get a higher yield of the pig. So feel free to pause the video and take a look at this, but this is a really great graphic made by Night Coda, shout out, thank you, and is a pretty key strategy.
SK, what about the drip garden? Is that going away from the manor farm? I liked planting my plants.
Nah, little green thumb. The drip garden is being moved over to the animal farm also.
So for those not familiar, the drip garden, which is still active on the manor farm for right now, but will get moved over, it essentially uses the Drip Liberation contract where you put your BUSD, get an LP token for Drip BUSD, and then you stake that LP token into this contract, which gives you 3% a day on that LP, assuming you're doing a very healthy balance of claiming and compounding. And as long as you're compounding more than 50% of the time, you should be okay. A good rule of thumb is if you know you've compounded for 10 days straight, then you should be pretty safe in claiming out for 10 days straight as well, and you'll realize your full 3%.
But if you're being naughty and claim every day, all day, multiple times a day,
you will begin to get throttled and will not realize your full 3%. So just think of it overall, you want to make sure that you are at least compounding half of the time, and you can take out on your claim days your LP token, and you can put that into the farm to get pigs. And one last thing to go over, when you compare this drip garden to any of the other miners that have been out there in the past, those are denoted by the red line on this graph, whereas the code for this drip garden project is to actually grow over time and not diminish your rewards. So just be sure you're loading up on the drip garden with any spare BUSD you have, and then compound to get 3% back and feed the farm with it. In regards to the available farms and pools on the site, at the very top of the farms, you're gonna have your core contracts that are actually the ones paying you out in pigs. And it'll tell you in the middle of the box what the reward payout is. So you wanna take whatever dog token you have and you can pair it with BUSD, wrapped BNB, or the Drip BUSD pair from the garden that we just discussed, and you will get a high APY percentage return on your pigs. Now there are several other farms down here that you can take, and there are deposit fees which do come out and they will support the reward generation of the site overall, but every other non-core farm will pay you out in dogs. So if you have any BNB BUSD pairs or these USDC BUSD pairs, you can just park them into this site and you will get dog token, which then you can take your BUSD rewards from your pig pen, pair it with the dog token that you're getting rewarded here in these other farms, and then put them up into the dog BUSD, which not only supports the liquidity of the dog token and the entire site, but you are strengthening your position in pigs. And you have to remember, so is everybody else. So if you think you can just sell all your dog tokens, buy pigs, and that's it, you're really shooting yourself in the foot, because you will see faster growth on your pigs by staking your dogs and getting the reward yield from that. Because if you just buy your pigs and then stay stagnant and stop moving altogether, you're going to get overrun by everyone else who's building their pigs constantly, and you will get lesser and lesser share of the ownership for the farm.
So now coming over to the pools.
This is where you'll see single staking pools, and the core for dogs right here will pay you out in pigs, however, likely at a lesser APR compared to farming. And then all of the other non-core ones, you can still stake your BEP20 versions of Ethereum, Bitcoin, Binance, Cake, and you will get rewarded dogs for doing such. What is pretty cool though, is that Forex has designed this entire system to not have any sell pressure on the chart. So for example, if anyone was to take their cake and deposit it in here, that fee that comes out of the cake will actually sell the cake into BUSD and then use it as a pair into transactions on the dog token, which on the open market, the dog token itself has a 6% transactional tax, half of which gets paired with BUSD. That is coming from the deposit fees of other pools and getting added to the liquidity. In regards to selling dogs, there's actually a 9% tax on that, and that additional 3% tax that was added compared to the buy is just straight burned, which is another price appreciation mechanism. And also, I'll throw out there that this originally was supposed to launch on Tuesday. However, they recently added a 3% sell tax on the pigs. So just to make sure everything clears with the audit, that's why it's been moved to Thursday launch. And that 3% not only de-incentivizes people from selling the pig, but also goes into price appreciation as well.
And last but not least, the pig pen.
And this is the governance staking protocol where holders of the pig tokens become owners of the platform by staking their pigs. As an owner of the platform, you not only earn a high yield BUSD dividend, which is generated from the platform deposit fees, as well as the taxes associated with the underlying assets, but you also get a vote on future proposals presented by the development team.
So if you want a hand in shaping the future of the animal farm, strengthen your pig position so you can get a vote.
Aha, democracy. I love it.
And it is important to note that for the folks that got in on the Rev side of things, you are going to have a 30-minute window before launch that allows you to trade your PL2 tokens for equal amounts pigs and dogs. And you can go ahead and set everything up how you need to get ready before the public launch. So you should take all of your pigs, throw them right here into the pig pen. You should take your dogs and set them up into the farms or the single staking pool, however you see fit. And make sure everything is in there before the launch, because that initial wave of millions of dollars coming in and they're being taxed on every transaction, all of that is going to flood into these farms and the pig pen, such that you should be able to ROI on your pigs day one in BUSD alone, if not your entire value overall from the Rev. So I know personally, I'm trying to build up as much BUSD I can before the launch, because I want to take my dog tokens and pair as much of it up with BUSD as I possibly can and get that staked into the farm. And then whatever remaining dogs I do not have enough BUSD to pair with, I'm going to put those dogs into the single staking pool to get ready for the public launch. And then all of my pigs are going to come into the pig pen.
Which, in addition to that,
I've been compounding my drip garden heavily, and now I'm letting it accrue so I can take that LP token and harvest it out and put that into the drip BUSD pool. And lastly, when it comes to referrals and you want to tell your loved ones about this platform, just know that word of mouth is very powerful. So promotion may be the most important aspect of the success of any crypto project. This is why we have implemented a referral program for the animal farm, where you earn a 3% commission based on the rewards your referrals generate. So it has nothing to do with the deposits into the farms or the staking pool and getting a percentage off of that. It's a matter of the rewards coming out as pigs and dogs, a 3% bonus on.
So I'll be sure to leave my referral link in the description below if you would like to support me. Thank you in advance.
In addition to leaving my buddy address for the Drip faucet contract, where I give 50% of all my rewards back to all of my directs that are eligible.
And so, yes, everybody, that is all I have for this video.
Stay pumped up, stay excited, guys. Drip is on an absolute tear right now. When you have so many good things coming as far as the marketing, the future projects, and when you have everything that's circular and synergistic between the Drip platform and the animal farm, you can't help but get excited. And for all of those that have been early in the Drip community, congratulations. You're making more money than you thought you could have on day one. And for those who are brand new to Drip, do not be discouraged, because everybody can add fresh capital and hydrate their way to the inevitable max payout of 100,000 Drip. It's just a matter of patience and how much of a head start others have had. But you should not feel bad, because Drip is going all the way to the moon at $1,000 and beyond this year.
So everybody stay strong, have faith in the community, have faith in the developer, and enjoy all of your gains while the overall market is bleeding red. Because when it comes to Drip, the sky is the limit. So thank you for your time. If you vibe with my videos and would like to join my Telegram community, please find the link in the description below. And don't forget to smash that like button and hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And until next time, please stay safe out there, stay blessed, and make good choices with your crypto.
Woo, yeah, you got me all sorts of hyped up now. Thank you, everybody. Have a good one.